जो करना है वो करना, मैं कुछ नहीं आऊंगा बीच में।
Spandana,
Yes,
yeah, do we need to mute ourselves in between?
pardon me.
Yeah, we should mute ourselves in between.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
need
that
to
is
mute.
better. That's better. Yeah, when the other person is
Okay.
talking, probably you can mute yourself.
Okay, okay.
While answering, you can unmute so that there's no disturbance.
Am I visible and am I audible?
Yes, sir. Both are fine. Both are fine.
मैम आप ही होस्ट कर रहे हो सेशन में?
Yes, sir. Yes.
क्या आप हो गए? आपका क्या नाम हुआ मैम?
Spandana, sir.
स्पंदना, ओके मैडम, ओके ओके।
Okay, Spandana, we are live on both pages.
Okay, Sakina. Thank you.
Just let me know so that I can stop sharing.
Okay.
कितना आ रहा है लेफ्ट साइड में?
So I'll start, Sakina. The panelists also, I think you can, all of you can mute yourself. We are good to go, Sakina?
Yes.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the Unsung Hero session. Today we have the opportunity to discuss with three of our panelists, namely Ms. Priyanka, Ms. Gargi, and Mr. Vishal Arora. I'm confident and sure that their collective expertise and insights will make this session truly enhancing and worthwhile. So let's get started with the introduction of the panelists. To start off, Ms. Priyanka. She has completed her bachelor's and master's in optometry from Manipal University in the year 2009 and 2011 respectively with distinction. And she was the best outgoing student of the batch. She did her internship at LV Prasad Eye Institute, Hyderabad. She also worked as a faculty and senior optometrist with Shankara College of Optometry, Bangalore. She is a fellow of IACL since 2012. Later on, she moved to Mumbai and joined Lotus College of Optometry as a faculty where, apart from teaching, she also got multiple opportunities to be part of camps organized for low-income and needy people. She later joined Shankara Eye Hospital, Mumbai as a senior consultant optometrist for the low vision and contact lens department. Also, she has worked as senior optometrist with Lenskart Partner. She took a career break of around 6 years to take care of her two lovely daughters. And in the year 2021, she started her own private practice in Patna by the name of Vaishnavi Specialty Contact Lens and Vision Enhancement Clinic. Welcome, Ms. Priyanka. Sakina, can we have her video, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Spandana. Thank you, OCI, for having me here.
Yeah, pleasure is ours. Thank you, Sakina. So we will move on to our next panelist, Ms. Gargi. She did her bachelor's in optometry from Paramedical College Durgapur, which is affiliated to the West Bengal University of Technology in 2008, and she completed her master's in optometry from Bharati Vidyapeeth Medical College, Pune in 2011. She has previously worked as phaco application specialist in Carl Zeiss and Alcon Laboratories, Mumbai. She worked as a professional service executive at Bosch& Lomb Eye Care from 2011 to 14. She has won the Best FACO Application Specialist for East award consecutively in 2016 and 2017. She has given several guest lectures and has also conducted training programs. At present, she is a co-partner in Clarity Custom RX Lab and is also the CEO and founder of Karin Meditech LLP. She is a fellow of IACL since 2011. She was facilitated by the Ridley College of Optometry for being the guest faculty in the specialty contact lens workshop in 2012. She runs a chain of optical stores named Chekoro.com. Welcome, Ms. Gargi. Sakina, can we have her video, please? Thank you, Sakina. So we will move on to our next panelist, Mr. Vishal Arora. He has completed his bachelor's in optometry from Bhatia Vidyapeeth Medical College, Pune in 2004. He has done his post-graduation in business management from XLRI Jamshedpur in 2008. He had worked with Johnson & Johnson as a contact lens trainer. He has his own optical outlet since 2017 named True Vision Plus in Noida. Sakina, can we have his video, please? Thank you, Sakina. I would like to welcome each one of you once again. So without any further delay, let us go on to our discussion. So I would like to start off with Ms. Priyanka. So Priyanka, what influenced your decision to start a private practice?
Thank you, Spandana. Actually, I never thought of having a private practice. I have considered it as a big responsibility where you have to take care of everything alone. You are the whole and soul. You have to manage everything. So I was like, I never thought that I'll be able to handle everything alone. And that is why initially I have worked with hospitals and colleges. And it's not like that I didn't try to work with later on with hospitals or opticals. I tried even, but after having a family, because you have to manage your both personal and professional life. And then it was not working with me. So then finally I motivated myself that I have to start private practice. And that's what where I am. Here I am.
So you're glad and happy with your decision now?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm very much happy that I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, good to hear that. So we'll move on to Ms. Gargi. So Gargi, when did you start Chekoro.com and how many outlets do you have at present? And what is its USP?
Okay. So first of all, thank you OCI and thank you Spandana for organizing the entire thing and getting us on our toes to get all the things on time. And lastly, of course, the call. So thank you for all these. So I want to share this see basically if you talk about like when we started, Checkero.com started its first store online offline store in Kolkata. So if you really see the name of the store, it's Check Koro. So it's Check Koro because we want to give the touch of Bengali kind of a thing because it's a complete Indian as well as the Kolkata Bengali stuff. So our first store came up in New Alipur. We have two stores as of now, and we also have started our offline businesses. So offline started at 2022 December, and 2020 we started with our first store. And if you talk about what is the USP, so actually, we keep on going through our reviews from the customers. So that we have the most designable fashion upcoming designs at a very reachable price. So when I say reachable, that means fashion is today reachable to each and every person with convenience and with the good services. So yeah, these three are the main, because we also have seen in the review also, customer give us the same review. So that means what we wanted, we are achieving into that.
Okay, okay. So moving on to Mr. Vishal Arora. So what motivated your shift from a corporate job to opening your store, sir? So you're there?
He's on mute, Spandana.
So you're on mute? हाँ, yes sir.
आवाज आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ हाँ, yes sir.
मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंस रहा मैम रिटेल सेक्टर में काफ़ी सालों तक, उसमें मेरी इंगेजमेंट रही सेल्स में, प्रमोशनल एक्टिविटी में, मार्केटिंग में। वो काफ़ी मुझे मैं इंटरेस्ट था इस सेक्टर में, तो उस वजह से मैं अपना स्टोर चला सकता हूँ, रन कर सकता हूँ।
Okay. So moving on to Miss Priyanka. How has your family contributed to and also supported your venture?
What I believe the only important thing which matters to you is your family support. And I really appreciate the way my husband has supported me because he's the only one who is motivating me till date that even if the day are happy that at least have started to move because it's better to walk instead of getting rust. So I'm very thankful and I'm very grateful to God that.
Your voice is breaking, Priyanka. We are not able to hear you.
Okay. Now?
Okay. Yeah, now it's better. Can you just come again?
Yeah, I'll start.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to God that He has given me this opportunity. And then, I really appreciate the way my husband has supported me because he's motivating me till today that be happy that you are walking. At least you have started. even if sometimes days are hard, especially in the beginning, days are hard, at least you are walking. So just be thankful to God that you have started your practice and now you are getting the mind, mental satisfaction, which is very important. And of course, my kids, they are like, they know. Now they know that, okay, mama is working, she has gone for some time. Whenever we want, we can always call her or we can go down and we can meet her. So the only thing which matters to you most is your family support. And then that's the biggest pillar which always help you to start any private practice or any other ventures.
Okay, so family support is indeed very crucial.
Definitely.
Moving on to Ms. Gargi. Gargi, how do you manage your outlets, Gargi?
See, basically, we have got two stores, as I said earlier. So one is in the North Calcutta and one is in the South Calcutta. So we have kept two different teams for two different stores, and we have one area manager under whom these stores are served. So we have a separate team of optometrists, a salesperson, and a housekeeping staff for one store. And since we have the second store, which have recently come in, so we have got 4 staffs over there. So there are 2 sales, 1 optom, and 1 housekeeping. So since we have got 2 different set of teams, so they actually manage, and I am actually supervising the entire stuff, like training of the optoms, giving them updated knowledge, even updating myself, because like updating is very important. Like you have to be updated with the technologies which are coming in, the contact lenses, the newer kind of modules which are coming in. So for that reason, I'm into more of training them and encouraging them. So this is how we actually see over through that we have 2 different teams for 2 different stores.
So that makes it easier to manage rather than
Yes.
you yourself running around. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So moving on to Mr. Vishal. So what are the challenges that you had initially faced, sir, and also how did you overcome there? And also, are there any specific challenges that are still you are encountering?
मैम सबसे जो इनिशियल चैलेंज था स्टोर का लोकेशन सेलेक्ट करने में, जो कि सबसे वाइटल था। तो काफ़ी सर्वे करने के बाद एक लोकेशन शॉर्टलिस्ट हुआ बेस्ड ऑन पब्लिक वहाँ पे कैसी है और लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करके। उसके बाद फिर मैंने 6 महीने से लगभग 8 महीने तक स्टैंड अलोन स्टोर चलाया खुद से, बिकॉज इनिशियली एम्प्लॉय एक्सपीरियंस और स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉय भी आप नहीं रख सकते अपने स्टोर के लिए, और आपको एक्चुअली कुछ डेटा ही नहीं आपके पास कि किस तरह का कस्टमर प्रोफाइल आएगा, क्या यहाँ पे फुटफॉल होगा, कुछ भी आपको डेटा नहीं, क्योंकि ऑप्टिकल स्टोर वहाँ पे है भी नहीं कोई भी आसपास, एटलीस्ट फ्यू मीटर्स पे। तो ये चैलेंजेस आए तो उसको ओवरकम किया धीरे धीरे मैम। जो ऑप्टोमेट्री का एक्सपीरियंस, जो आई टेस्ट करने का, सेल्स करने का, प्रमोशन करने का, तो ऐसे करते करते मैम धीरे धीरे कस्टमर को बस ये था कि मैम सिर्फ कमर्शियल एंगल से नहीं देखा मैंने, उसको एक सेवा की भाव से भी देखा कि हर कस्टमर को ऐसा नहीं कि चार्ज करना है रिपेयरिंग के लिए या आई टेस्ट करने के लिए, कुछ पर्सनलाइज सर्विस दी, अच्छी सर्विस पे बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस किया। तो इस तरीके से मैम कई बार कस्टमर आते थे तो मैं उनसे रिव्यू ले लेता था, गूगल का, इंस्टाग्राम का फॉलो, इवन विदाउट चार्जिंग एनीथिंग फ्रॉम देम। और दिस इज हाउ मैम आई डू थिंग्स शेयरिंग टू यू।
Okay. At present, are there any challenges, sir?
मैम अभी चैलेंज ये है कि पहले तो मेरे को लगभग 3 साल हो रहे हैं नोएडा में, मैं नोएडा एक्सप्रेसवे पे हूँ। तो इनिशियली तो मैंने अपने ऑफलाइन स्टोर पे फोकस किया, लेकिन मुझे अब बिल्कुल ही रियलाइजेशन है कि ऑनलाइन भी बहुत ज़्यादा हमें फोकस करना चाहिए आज के दौर में। तो मैं ये चैलेंज अभी ओवरकम कर रहा हूँ धीरे धीरे कि मैं ऑनलाइन में भी काम करूँ इस पे।
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Priyanka, how do you manage to balance your professional practice along with your family responsibilities?
Yeah, here comes actually the best part of having a private practice, because you get the flexibility. You can always decide your timings, you can plan according to your priorities, you can manage everything according to that. You have that flexibility. As I told in the beginning, you are the whole and soul, you are managing everything. So private practice provides you the flexibility. And then it becomes easy for you to manage your both professional and personal life. And of course, one of the important part is you can always decide your area of interest. You can work according to your area of interest. Like I'm more of a clinical person rather than dispensing. So I got this opportunity, or what to say, I got this as a area. This is my area where I can work. So private practice has provided me this flexibility. So it's much better, and then I'm able to manage both. Sometimes it becomes difficult, but still.
Okay, Priyanka. So moving on to Ms. Gargi, we also want to understand your journey of starting the Clarity Custom RX.
Okay. So I really love to share this because this has all my efforts, hard work, sometimes crying alone of not getting what I want, and sometimes thinking of. So it has a mix of all these tastes together. So during COVID, we first started. The first thing what we did was we had some set of customers, like we whom we used to call. So we used to go to them directly into their offices. I still remember our first order was of rupees 1850. It was a soft contact lens. I think a yearly supply or maybe half yearly supply. So that was our first billing happened, which to procure that it costed us 0.5% because the profit was not that great. But the achievement that it is the first order, the first swiping it was done. So that really gave us the force of cracking this the ceilings, what you call it as, and then going ahead. So basically, if I want to recall those days that how we plan to start up. So basically, is like we first wanted to find that which areas will be more suitable, affluent place where we have to put our efforts and we can get the returns as well. So for that reason, so initial first 2-3 months it took us to get a place, and then there are certain formalities like getting the shop, leasing it for the number of years you want to lease, negotiating the rent, giving the advances, and this is one part. The second part comes is decorating the entire stuff, like what way you want to get it decorated. So many a times you get a ready-made shop. So our first shop, which was the interiors were done. So we had to fit in what it was. We didn't want to break much. It also gave us a less investment into that. So that's a good part. But the worst part is like you have to do what is already done. The second store which we had, we could actually redesign it the way we wanted. So the video which we have shared is the second store. But it quite similarly looks with the first store. So this is how we actually plan. So getting our materials, from where we get the materials, what should be the quality? Because in CCRL, if you see, we have got two categories. One is the online offline store for the spectacles, lenses, and everything. And we also serve the local area opticals with their lenses. So let's say who want a single day delivery lenses. So we have our channeling people out who goes and talks to them and get their orders. So we have a fitting lab at our office, and we have two stores with that online businesses.
Okay. So moving on to Mr. Vishal. So on an average, how long does it take to stabilize your practice, sir? How long should one patiently wait?
मैम मेरे ओपिनियन में कोई ऐसा हम फिक्स नहीं बोल सकते हैं, क्योंकि हर बंदे का इन्वेस्टमेंट, लोकेशन, टारगेट वो वेरी करता है। पर ऑन एन एवरेज अगर मैं देखूं तो 3 से 5 साल
Okay.
तक अगर हो जाना, हाँ, एक रीजनेबल 3 से 5 तक।
Okay. So on an average, it takes 4 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years एक एवरेज
3 to
में
5 years.
मानते हैं। यस।
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Priyanka, what are the challenges you encounter professionally when you frequently relocate, and also how did you manage them? Because we saw in your CV there's been multiple relocations. So how does one face this?
Yeah, in the beginning, actually, I didn't had any problem when I was shifting from Manipal to Bangalore Shankara College of Optometry, because it was even very pleasant to grow under the guidance of Aditya Goyal sir. But when I shifted to Mumbai, it was not that smooth like Bangalore, but still Prema Chande ma'am was there and even colleagues were nice. So I could manage everything very well. The biggest problem came when I planned to shift to Bihar because husband was going abroad, so I had no other option. So I decided, okay, I have to shift to my native place. And then, trust me, I didn't knew my localities. I didn't knew any optometrist who can help me. Means I was like as if I'm the only optometrist in Bihar. So I was having that feeling. So it was difficult to motivate myself that I'm going to start private practice here. And at that time, actually, I didn't had much option. Either I have to work for long hours in hospitals. Second, either to sit at home, or third, to start with the private practice. So I decided and then I chose the third one and started private practice. So that's where I have landed.
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Gargi, uh, what is the inspiration to start Karen Meditech LLP, and also can you brief us the services that you provide, and how did this shift from being a sole optometrist uh, I mean, you moved on to medical services?
First of all, to be very honest, I want to give a real honest statement here. I had a good stint over in the corporates. So I started my career with Bosch and Lomb, then moved on to Alcon and then to Carl Zeiss. And every now and then I have seen one thing. I had a good touch-in with my bosses. So one thing was sure that I didn't want to do work under anyone. And lastly, of course, in the corporate Zeiss, like see, during the COVID, no, I actually started my organization in 2019. So Kerin Meditech LLP is the first company which we started. So when we started it, so I was thinking like there are certain, anybody who starts off, no, they have certain things in them that it's enough. So in corporates, there are things. So I faced certain situations where I felt like it's no point in using and working in the same environment where you are not feeling the way it has to be. So then I thought like if I'm putting the effort in a corporate, why don't because my entire work stint, if you see, it was more of traveling from one place to the other. So for me, being a girl, traveling was not a challenge. Traveling alone at night was not a challenge. So when I'm doing this for someone else, why don't I do myself for myself? So that was the first, kick I got myself. So I came out and because in Zeiss, the last role what I was serving was like we were assembling certain instruments for the new ophthalmic practices. And since I also had a FACO development background, so then in Karen Meditech LLP, first project we took up was developing the recording devices, like for street lamp recording device, surgical recording device. Now, not only in ophthalmology, we are number one, we are also number one in terms of neurosurgicals, in ENT surgicals. That is our predominant source of earning, must say. And secondly, so now we are covering the entire eastern zones. So we have north, south. So wherever we have opportunities, we go and install. We serve our customers. So this is all about caring meditation.
Okay, very inspiring to hear. So you have a very diverse portfolio.
Yes, yes.
Moving on to Mr. Vishal, how can one sustain their business and amid growing competitions?
मैम इसमें तो बहुत सारे आंसर्स हो सकते हैं, पर एक जो चीज़ मुझे अभी लग रहा है रिसेंटली कि ऑनलाइन जो है ना, वो टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल करके हम बहुत तेजी से आगे बढ़ सकते हैं, जो कि हमने अपने कॉलेज में भी और भी इनिशियल स्टेज पे भी उतना ध्यान नहीं दिया। और दूसरा, ये पहला पॉइंट। दूसरा पॉइंट मुझे लगता है मैम, बिजनेस सस्टेन करने की सर्विस बहुत फास्ट देनी है। जो आपके आसपास के स्टोर्स है, उनका जो गैप है वो वो सर्विस में बहुत अच्छा वर्क करके और जैसे कि उन्होंने बताया कि पर्सनलाइज सर्विस, सेवा भाव से, मतलब हर कस्टमर को एक कमर्शियल एंगल से ना देख के उस तरीके से मुझे लगता है। और थर्डली एंड लास्टली मुझे लगता है कि सेल्स और मार्केटिंग का बैलेंस अटेन करके, कई बार हम क्या करते हैं मैम, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट कर देते हैं, कई लोग मार्केटिंग पे ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट कर देते हैं, तो हमें पता नहीं होता, हम लर्निंग स्टेज में होते हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि जो मैंने अडॉप्ट किया वो मैं बता रहा हूँ कि मैंने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे भी उतना ज्यादा स्पेंड नहीं किया, मार्केटिंग पे भी हाई स्पेंड नहीं किया, मैंने बैलेंस बना के चला। मुझे वो इन्फॉर्मेशन जैसे जैसे कस्टमर का पता चलता रहा, किस कस्टमर प्रोफाइल आ रहे हैं, क्या फुटफॉल है, उसके हिसाब से मैंने स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली मैंने अपना मॉडल सस्टेनेबिलिटी का अडॉप्ट किया। और अभी रिसेंटली जो है मैं ऑनलाइन पे, मुझे लगता है कि ऑनलाइन से हम तेजी से आगे बढ़ सकते हैं अगर हम उसे बहुत अच्छे से ध्यान दें। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये मेरे लिए अच्छा साबित हो सकता है, या किसी के लिए भी फॉर दैट मैटर।
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Priyanka, what were the initial challenges that you encountered while setting up of your practice?
Yeah, the biggest challenge was the motivation because I was like, how will I start? From where will I start? What about the place? What about the finance? What about the purchasing of instruments? How I'm going to do all these things alone? So these sounds very small. The people, those who have taken wants to start initially, and it doesn't carry any your family legacy. You don't have anybody in these fields, so these things matter a lot. So those were the biggest challenge for me. I decided, okay, let me start with the small steps. So first I finalized the place, and then about I manage the finances, and then okay, I'll buy these instruments. Few instruments, okay, I'll buy after few months. So I started with the small steps, and everything started to fall on its place. तो what I can say in हिंदी की जो देरी थी वो बस start करने की देरी थी. So once I have started, everything is started to fall on its place. So that's what.
So moving on to Ms. Gargi, what were the initial challenges that you faced during Chekoro, and also how did you plan its expansion?
Okay. So, to be very honest, again, why I use this term, because since this forum is to encourage others, right? So it is very important that we take the reality which we faced. First thing which I faced challenge was to get the right people in the team, to get the right people on board. Because you have a dream. As a director, you will definitely have certain achievements to make. But when it comes to hire people, so getting them with the right salary, giving them the right environment, because when you are on corporate, starting a culture, they will definitely have an expectations of the bigger corporates, right? So we have to also set their expectations as well as show them what we expect from them. So in this entire process, what was challenging is to get the right people on board. Many a times it happened that we hired someone, first 2 days work, and the second, third day, she didn't even pick the call up. And so these are the basic first three challenges which we faced was to get the right person on team. And rest, because if you get team right, no, your 90% of the job is done.
Okay, so people with right attitude matters.
Absolutely. So now when we think of expanding to a third and fourth store, so now that touch wood, we have good team now. So what we plan is to expand for the third and the fourth store. So we are planning in some other cities, not in the same place. So again, since we have got a very good area manager, now he understands that what is the process we follow. So we try to we have a process like for purchase, for procurement, for returns. There is a process. So an area manager is now going to go to other areas, do a market analysis, and plan us. Okay, this is the place where we want to put the next store. So then we will have the finances team into this. That they will decide what is the budget we have. So whether we have a budget to open the second store. And then we will, because we have a set of designers who will come and design and rebuild everything. Because now that in the first floor, as I said, it was already the interiors were done. So now going forward, we wish to have a place which is completely empty. Because there the investment is also less and the productivity is also more.
Okay,
So
so
that's how. So
you can also design it as per your requirement and need.
as per our requirement, correct. Because uninstallation is also a charge, right?
Correct.
So yes, so there are certain things. So planning wisely, finances, getting approval from everyone, so that everybody has, okay, yes, we are going ahead. So that makes more sense.
Correct.
Yes.
So moving on to Mr. Vishal, sir, you seem to be active on Facebook, posting videos on various types of lenses and also regarding myopia control options, etc. How much does all of these social media handles helps in increasing your business?
मैम एक्चुअली ये जो वीडियोस पोस्टिंग वगैरह जो है ये बहुत ही रिसेंटली मैंने स्टार्ट किया है, यू कैन से फ्रॉम लास्ट 2-3 मंथ्स। तो इसमें मुझे अभी खास खास कन्वर्जन नहीं मिल रहा है, क्योंकि मैंने ऑर्गेनिकली अभी इसको किया स्टार्ट। पर मुझे काफ़ी उम्मीद है कि इस तरीके से मेथड से मैं आगे बढ़ने का कोशिश कर रहा हूँ इसको।
तो यू थिंक ओवर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम आपको रिटर्न्स मिलेगा इसका?
यस यस मैडम, डेफिनेटली मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि धीरे धीरे इसका ट्रैक्शन आएगा। और इसमें सोशल में समय भी लगता है मैम चीज़ों को अनफोल्ड होने में। तो आई थिंक दैट कि मुझे अगर आप मुझसे कहो कि आपको स्टोर कितने खोलने हैं, तो मैं बोलूंगा मैं एक ही स्टोर अभी खोलूंगा, बस मेरे लिए सफिशिएंट है। पर जब तक मेरा ऑनलाइन सही नहीं होगा ना मैम, मैं सेकंड स्टोर का और थर्ड स्टोर का भी कभी भी आगे नहीं सोचूंगा, क्योंकि मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्ट करके ही आगे बढ़ना है मैम। क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी से हम फास्ट मूव करेंगे, और जब तक हम लोगों को रीच आउट कर लेंगे, हमारा प्रोफाइल बन जाएगा, फिर हम सोच सकते हैं कि हम दूसरा स्टोर खोले तो हमारा फुटफॉल उसी हिसाब से आ जाए। वो तो बहुत बात की चीज है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि ऑनलाइन जो है मुझे मेरे लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट, वाइटल और क्रूशियल है अभी इस स्टेज पे मैम।
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Priyanka, how did you do your marketing during the initial phase?
Initially, for 1 or 2 months, I concentrated more on my localities. I tried to find out who all of health are there. Out of that, who are specialists, who are rating specialists, those who can refer patients to me for, of course, for contact lenses and low vision, and then who all optometrists near to me, because as I told you, I didn't know anybody, those who can be of help or those who can help me in these things. So it was difficult actually. They didn't help me. And even they were not knowing about me. So I even decided, okay, initially I'll do the freelancing and all. But trust me, that also didn't work out in the beginning. So then I thought, okay, let me start something from myself. And for everything, for marketing, everything you need finances. So I was like, not now. I won't give extent to my family. So I entered everything, my profile, everything on Google. And then, these are the Google era. So somehow I find out that you have to enter certain keywords, through that people search you, and then your footfall increased. So I did all those things, and I'm really thankful to few of my patients, those who have written actually very nice reviews on Google, and that is helping me a lot, and that's working like a marketing strategy. But definitely, I do have plans to further increase the marketing more in future. But right now, I'm not doing much. But still, the situation has become much better. So I have heard this from my teachers, that one happy patient bring 10 patients. So this actually is happening, and I'm thankful to God and of course few of my patients. So that is actually working like a marketing strategy. As Vishal said, that you have to, online, you have to do all these things. So even I'm working on it. I have started recently. Let's see how it's gonna work out.
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Gargi, how do you keep yourself ahead of the competition? What are the strategies that you employ?
Okay. So to be very precise onto this, I'll come to this point directly in that. See, nowadays, if you see the major presence and the major players, because since I have served Boston as in professional services, so in Kolkata, who are the major players? I know about them and their business strategies. But definitely, everybody has their own way of surviving the market. Everybody has their own strategies. So strategy-wise, there is no as such difference. But what is the major difference as a point that see you meet so many people, but you remember few people by the way they behave, the way they greet, the way they make you comfortable, right? So our store, when somebody comes in, the first thing is we give them a very homely atmosphere. We ask them to sit. We offer them water. We slowly ask them how people are there inside at their home, if everything is fine. If it is a repeat customer, so they themselves come and speak to us. They feel to talk to us. Slowly, we come to that discussion that okay, what has brought you here? Like how we can help. So these kind of personal touch we try to give them. Secondly, if you also see the review of our customers, every customer gives a wow review on the way that we made them feel. We don't only dispense, we don't only sell. Selling will happen by its own, because wherever the customers, wherever they will get in the less price, they will go there. It is a common strategy. But what brings them back is quality, behavior, commitment, and the service is what we get.
Okay.
And in the review also, we have got the similar experiences from the customer.
So moving on to Mr. Vishal, what are the important factors that one should focus on while starting his or her own outlet or practice?
मैम सबसे जो क्रूशियल फैक्टर जो मुझे लगता है ना मैम रिटेल सेक्टर में वो है लोकेशन, क्योंकि वो ही एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है। मतलब वो नहीं, दिस इज वन ऑफ द इम्पोर्टेंट जो आपको हेल्प करेगा, क्योंकि जो दिखता है वो बिकता है। तो वो एक मुझे लगता है कि प्रैक्टिस को आगे ले जाने में एक मदद कर सकता है काफी हद तक। और सेकेंडली ये जैसा कि मैंने बताया मैम कि बैलेंस ऑफ एवरीथिंग, कई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में कितना लगाना है, सेल्स में, मार्केटिंग में, उसके हिसाब से बैलेंस सस्टेन करके स्लोली। कई बार हम फास्ट करने का कोशिश करते हैं, लेकिन एक्चुअली स्लो इज फास्ट, क्योंकि जब हम स्लो होते हैं तो हम प्लान करते हैं माइंड में। जब प्लान करते हैं, टाइम लेते हैं, तो वो बेटर डिसीजन निकल के आता है बाद में वो। तो मेरे हिसाब से मैम सर्विस सर्विस सबसे मैम क्रुशियल लगता है कि हर कस्टमर को कमर्शियल एंगल से नहीं देखना है, सेवा के भाव से देखना है। तो इस तरीके से मैम अभी मैं खुद लर्न कर रहा हूँ, तो मैं ज्यादा आपको क्या बता सकता हूँ मैम। तो इतना ही काफी है अभी के लिए।
Moving on to Ms. Priyanka. So are you involved in any community outreach program activities in your area?
Yeah, very recently, I'm involved with the other OFTHALs and I'm doing these community outreach activities. So yes, recently I have started.
So that helps you. What are the advantages?
Yes. Yeah. First of all, the way they welcome you, you get the recognition over there. And especially if you are doing in nearby areas, then you get that special recognition that, okay, you are surviving here. So that's like a marketing strategy also, you can say. And of course, you also feel good. The state of mind changes into satisfaction. So yes, it does.
Okay. So you plan to do more in the future as well?
Yes. I do have plans. Even I have plans for some workshops and also to get involved with other optoms and start all these small sessions and workshops. I do have plans. Let's see.
Wishing you the best.
Thank you so much.
So moving on to Ms. Gargi, how has your corporate experience helped you as an entrepreneur?
It has really helped me a lot. I'll tell you one thing. My first company was Boston. Okay. I'm really thankful to Boston because the Boston gave me the roles for the entire Eastern zone. So I used to take care of Odisha, Bihar, West Bengal, Northeast 7 states. So Boston actually broke my barrier of traveling. Every 15 days, my luggage used to be packed. So I come from a tour and I again go for a tour. So geographical recognition was done by Boston. Again, Boston Mr. Nilesh Chitte, I want to quote him because he's the sir who actually inspired me for going and doing public speaking, presentations and all. The various trainings, what he has given me, that has helped me a lot. When I was in Alcon gave me the recognition towards ophthalmologist. So I used to go do the OR, be a part of that OR. So then breaking the barrier to other how because see, we are an optometrist, so we are very cool in speaking to our colleagues optoms. But when it comes to ophthalms, we are very much shaky kind of. But Alcon has given me that barrier. It has broke that barrier of mine that how to speak, how to start the conversation. And Carl Zeiss has given me that marketing support, that how to make negotiations, how to talk. So all the three companies have polished me to the place where I am now. They have a huge, huge support in developing me to be market ready.
Okay, so you have been molded by all these corporates.
Yes. They have literally grilled me and made me ready.
So moving on to Mr. Vishal, can you suggest a few ways or strategies that one can employ to increase the footfalls, which you have used or which you think will work out to increase the footfalls?
मैम मेरे केस में लगता है कि प्रमोशनल एक्टिविटी आपके आसपास जो लोकेशंस है उसमें कंसिस्टेंटली प्रमोशनल एक्टिविटी करने से कुछ क्रिएटिव तरीके से, क्योंकि मैम हमारे पास इन्वेस्टमेंट उतना नहीं है कि हम बड़ा चीज कर सके, लेकिन कुछ क्रिएटिव चीज करके कुछ क्रिएटिव ऑफर्स लगा के वो चीज मुझे लगता है कि वो फुटफॉल ला सकता है कस्टमर को स्टोर पे। जैसे अगर आपका कंपटीशन बाई वन गेट वन दे रहा है तो आप बाई वन गेट टू दो। अगर आपका कंपटीटर आपको चश्मा दे रहा है एक दिन में बना के तो आप 2 घंटे में बना के दो। आपका कंपटीटर जो है पर्सनलाइज सर्विस नहीं दे पा रहा है कस्टमर को तो आप पर्सनलाइज सर्विस दो 1 to 1। और इसके अलावा मैम आई थिंक मुझे तो यही समझ में आ रहा मैम थोड़ा बहुत जो भी।
Okay, so moving on to Ms. Priyanka, how do you has your footfalls increased over this period of time, and how did you work, or did you employ any strategies, or what are the ways and means to increase the footfalls?
Yes, over a period of time, footfall has increased. And I won't say that it's only about contact lenses or low vision, which I'm seeing very few actually. So I'm doing the complete anterior and posterior segment examination. And yes, I'm getting patients with headache complaint, eye strain a lot. So what I am doing that I'm suggesting them some home exercises. So with very simple home exercises which they can use at home. So that has helped me a lot because they have this idea, okay, that ma'am will provide us, will suggest some exercises together with the glasses or lubricants or whatever is required. So yes, those things have helped me a lot. And as I said, those Google reviews, they are even helping me a lot. So yes, it has. And these are the basic strategies which I have used, like as I already mentioned, that suggesting them few exercises because in Bihar, at least I have not seen any ophthalmologists, those who are suggesting eye exercises to any patients. So because they are coming and they are saying that, ma'am, please suggest some exercises. So yes, that point especially has helped me a lot. And that, I mean, I have included in my practice.
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Gargi, you seem to be donning several hats. So how do you manage or oversee all of your ventures?
Now, this is a point of discussion too, seriously, because we have See, we have two different set of companies. Like one is Karen, where we have to travel rigorously. Like today also I have a travel, but since we had this meeting, so I have skipped this 1 hour. So traveling is one part, and that is the reason for Checkora.com we have two separate teams. Otherwise, I would have loved to see patients, which I always do. I love to interact with patients, but I sometimes miss that, and that's the reason we have got two beautiful ladies optometrists, and they are doing their job wonderfully. And thank God that we have got them. And so for me, scheduling my personal profile, my family, and the travel is hectic because yesterday I came from Aizawl. Today I'm in Kolkata. I'll be traveling to Berhampur, and again after day after tomorrow I'll be traveling to Patna. So like how I keep on traveling. So that is something which is always there because my business demands that, the work demands that.
Mm.
That's how we actually manage.
So for your, in case of your venture, you travel yourself or you have a team also who travels on behalf of the company?
See, there are certain technical products which I personally deal with because technically explaining the doctors is different. For services and for further patient relations, we have our public relations, we have our team.
Okay.
So our process is like this, that there are a sub-of team who does the cold calls. Then they take the funnel, these are the prospects, these are the leads. They pass it on to me. Then we have a team who calls them and finalizes the demonstrations. So our service team will provide the demonstrations and the final negotiations and everything is done by me.
Okay. So moving on to Mr. Vishal, in what ways have your has your management degree helped you in your business?
मैम टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट मेरे को मैनेजमेंट डिग्री का कोई काम नहीं आया। स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैम, जो भी आया मेरे एक्सपीरियंस से और जो मैंने धीरे धीरे लर्न किया है खुद से और बाकी लोगों ने जो भी मुझे सिखाया है। पर मैनेजमेंट डिग्री से मेरे को ये इवन कि मैंने जो कंपनी में भी काम किया ना, मेरे को कोई काम नहीं आया, नथिंग। मैं ऑप्टोमेट्री डिग्री की भी बात कर रहा हूँ। मैं मेरे को ऑप्टोमेट्री डिग्री का भी सिर्फ आई टेस्ट करना, ठीक है, वो टेक्निकल चीजें हैं। बाकी लोगों से बात करना वो सब भी है, पर जो चीज जो वहां पे सीखना चाहिए था ना मैडम, वो वहां पे नहीं आया। जो उनको सिखाना चाहिए था, जो अभी नहीं सिखा रहे हैं। कैसे आपको रील्स बनाना है, कैसे आपको कैनवा में एडिटिंग करना है, कैसे फोटो शूट करना है प्रोडक्ट का, कैसे मार्केटिंग सबसे क्रूशियल है, इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है उसमें। 60% मार्केटिंग सिखाना चाहिए उनको ऑप्टोमेट्री में और 40% आपको कोर्स सिखाना चाहिए। बल्कि ये सब सारी चीजें मुझे लगता है बहुत बड़ा मिसिंग चीज है, क्योंकि यही चीज मैम खुद के काम में आपको ज्यादा आगे काम में आएंगे, मुझे ऐसा लगता है मैम। लोकेशन कैसे सेलेक्ट कराना है, क्या देखना चाहिए लोकेशन पे, एक हफ्ते खड़े रहना चाहिए बाहर लोकेशन सेलेक्ट करने से पहले। कहाँ पे कौन कस्टमर कहाँ जा रहा है, कितना जा रहा है, सर्वे एक हफ्ते 10 दिन में। और मुझे मैम यही लगता है मैम।
Okay, lot of on the job training and experience बहुत कुछ सिखाता है। So moving on to Priyanka. So what do you do or how do you keep yourself ahead of your competitors?
Spandana, I think you have asked these questions. Yeah, I'll just explain again that I have included especially the eye exercises in my private practice. Those who are complaining of headaches or eye strain, because
Okay.
during this time, after COVID, this screen time has increased like anything. They are using screen for around 10 hours, 12 hours, especially students. So most of the students are complaining with all these complaints. So we all know that it's not only the lubricants or the glasses which is going to help them. So they need some exercises for their muscles relaxation. So that's what I'm doing together with all these things. If required, I'm suggesting them exercises, just simple home exercises, and these things are actually helping them, and they have this feelings that okay, we'll go to her, we'll go to that ma'am, she is suggesting exercises. So that has helped me, and I believe we all should include these few simple exercises in our uh, private practice. That helps a lot.
Okay. So how is the awareness of eye health in your area, and also do you do any awareness campaigns or activities to increase the awareness?
To be frank, Spandana, awareness is not that great First of all, people have lot of myths about contact lenses. They are like, they are always confused. No, contact lens means something which is bad for eyes. It's just for fashion. They are going to wear it. So, but still slowly awareness is increasing over the time. And of course, new optometrists, they have taken the command. So what I am doing actually, those whosoever is coming for the routine eye examination, so I am suggesting them contact lenses. I'm bursting their myths, clearing all the doubts, all the confusion. What are the benefits of contact lens? I'm suggesting them. And even if they're willing, I'm making them feel, okay, you just feel and you wear the contact lenses. So most of the time, they are like just wow, because we all know that there are a lot of advantages which are associated, especially if you are hyperopes and all or high myopes. So few of them do converts, few of them doesn't. So I'm using all these things. And yes, I do have plans. As I said, now I'm in touch with many of the optometrists. They have made some association also. So we all are working on these activities and workshops and all. And in future also, I'll be a part of all those things. So yes, I do have these plans.
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Gargi, how did your
Yeah.
family respond when you decided to leave a stable job and become an entrepreneur?
See, I am from Bengal, huh? I am Bengali. So Paula would know because Paula is Bengali too. And in Bengal, no, it is a culture that we have a 10 to 5 job, happily having salaries, enjoy movies and all. So first of all, when I thought of having a business, I didn't told anyone. Nobody knew about it. My last day at Zeiss, my brother went to pick me up. I carried everything and he was like, what is this? I said, no, the office shifting. So I lied him. I came. 1 month I did business. After a month, all of a sudden I was just having a coffee break with my brother. I told him, actually, my parents observed that you're not going to office, you're not having any tours. What has happened? Are you vacationing? I said, no. Just casually, I told my brother, no, I've left my job. Huh? You left your job? So that's how it actually happened. So I never asked anyone because I knew the answer was no. I never told about that I'm planning for doing business. Again, the answer was no. Because, it takes a lot of guts to start a business, financial stabilities. And because it was 2019 and uh, I had back to back two surgeries of my father for CRs, like he has a pacemaker, right? So there are certain things which were there on my head, like financial burden. So definitely the answer was no. But then I took the plans because I knew that I will be making more than what I'm earning today, which I'm doing eventually. And thank God I did that decision then. And now I feel like I should have started a day earlier. I feel that.
Okay. So moving on to Mr. Vishal, do you have any additional staff to support you? And also, what are the services that you offer at your outlets?
Services we are offering as an optician, we are offering all basic services. And I am planning to add perfumery business into my store. Recently, I've thought of doing it and also increasing the variety of all the products. And one more thing, ma'am, I'm also trying to promote things more online.
Okay. So moving on to Miss Priyanka. So I understand that taking a career break, especially for women, is often unavoidable. How did you feel during that time, and how did you manage uh, the long break that you had? The mental stress or the uh, or the uh, or the frustration that you had during that long period of break?
Yeah, thank you, Spandana. I was waiting for this question. So first, I want to say all the women that you are doing incredible job. You are managing both fine personal as well as your professional life because trust me, it's a big thing. And with me also, everything was going well. I was stretching my working hours. Everything was smooth. But then problem started when after having a family, because if you are staying alone, not with parents or with your in-laws, then to manage both the sides becomes a big issue. So I had to take a break. And we women are like, we enjoy all the phases of life. And I also did the same thing, enjoyed my motherhood. But then after some time, initially it was all good. But then after some time, I was like, something was missing in my life. I was not having that mental satisfaction. Somewhere something is missing, and I knew that where I have to reach, but I didn't know how I will reach there. I was feeling as if everything is over. And as you said, those things like those I won't use the word depression, it's a very negative word, but those frustrations, especially if you love your profession, then I didn't know how to overcome, how to motivate myself. But then slowly, especially during those COVID times, online lectures started everywhere. LV Prashad, everywhere. So what I did, I started attending a lot of online lectures. And till today also, I do attend online lectures. And then after COVID, I started attending those small workshops for half day or one day, whichever is convenient. And just as an audience, I was not presenting anything, but those things motivated me, those things supported me, that doesn't matter, even if I'm on a break today, very soon I'm going to restart it again. So we women, we always have to keep in mind that even if the times are difficult, let's enjoy this part also. But just be in touch with your subject. If you love your profession, always remember you have to restart. And it's not always too late. So my suggestion is keep attending those online lectures and small workshops. That will help, that is gonna help you a lot. And that even I did. So that is was a very actually important part which helped me during these break period.
Okay. Uh, so spend your time updating your knowledge.
Exactly. Updating yourself, updating your knowledge is important.
So moving on to Ms. Gargi, I'm sure you would have seen many ups and downs in this journey. So during the tough times, how do you handle the mental stress, and also how do you face the challenges?
See, in an entrepreneurial journey, no, ups and downs is a part. And initial phases, you will only get to see the downs. The only strength is to have perseverance and patience. You just cannot go out of patience. You have to have that patience. Because you know, in any business, however expertise you have, it is the time you have to wait for it. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, then people will start recognizing you. They will start seeing you. They will start seeing your company's name. Then only will get the results. First 3 years, and I clearly remember, I can quote Trishmeet. Trishmeet is a very good colleague of mine, ex-colleague in Boston Law. So she told me when I started my business, she told me, there is a kahavat in the Gujaratis that 1,000 days it has to cross.
Hmm.
And only you can say that you have a sustainable business. And she's absolutely right. Absolutely. However expertise you have, but it takes some time, to get that recognition.
Okay. So moving on to Mr. Vishal, are you involved in any community screenings, sir? And also, how does one keep himself updated about the current trends in the industry?
मैम मैंने तो ज़्यादा कम्युनिटी वर्क नहीं किया अभी फिलहाल। कुछ दो आई कैंप्स किए कॉर्पोरेट्स में और सोसाइटीज में, बट इस लेवल पे मैंने ज़्यादा अभी काम नहीं कर पाया मैंने अभी। और
Oh,
रिगार्डिंग अपडेटिंग अपडेटिंग का जो आप मैम पूछ रहे हो क्वेश्चन, मुझे लगता है कि मुझे अपडेट करना है लोगों को ज़्यादा। अब ये समय आ गया है कि लोगों को पता होना चाहिए, छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं जो मतलब हम नहीं बता पा रहे लोगों को, कि कैसे हमें चश्मा कब लगाना है, और छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं कि मायोपिया कंट्रोल के बारे में, बच्चों को कैसे स्क्रीन टाइम लिमिट कराना है। मतलब अब टाइम आ गया जनरल पब्लिक को अपडेट कराने का मैम, मुझे ऐसा लगता है। मतलब डेप्थ में जाना है, वाइड में जाके जाने से ज्यादा मुझे फायदा नहीं लग रहा। मैं जो भी चीज बोला मैं अपने तरीके अपने हिसाब से बता रहा हूँ। ज्यादा
Okay.
वाइड में नहीं जाना, ज्यादा डीप में जाना है। छोटा सा नॉलेज है लेकिन ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचाना है, ऐसा मेरा मानना है मैम अभी फिलहाल।
Okay. So moving on to Ms. Priyanka, what are the key takeaways you would like to give aspiring entrepreneurs?
Can you repeat your question? Sorry.
So what are the key learnings or takeaways that you would like to share with our audience, especially for those aspiring to start their own private practice? Any few key takeaways which they
Yeah.
should keep in their mind?
Yeah. As Gargi said, that initial phases are always difficult. It happens with me. I'm sure it has happened with everybody. So only thing is patience is a virtue. We have to keep patience, do your best, and always keep updating yourself, whether it's online or offline. So be in touch with your friends, your optometrist friend, or your nearby ophthalmologist, whichever is like possible for you. So, and don't think that, and of course, from my side, taking a career break is not the end point. You can always restart your career. Only thing is you should keep yourself updated. So that's, I believe, the most important key points from my side.
Okay. So moving on to Gargi, any tips or suggestions for those aspiring to become entrepreneurs?
See, basically, I would always encourage people to be an entrepreneur. The sooner is the better. Like, if you have the guts to take risk, if you have perseverance, however the negative situation is, if you can stay positive, you are the man or the woman for business.
Okay. Vishal sir, any takeaways for people aspiring to start their own outlets? Any inputs from your end?
मैम इसमें मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि स्टूडेंट्स को कि वो सिर्फ दुकान या ऑफलाइन स्टोर खोलने में सिर्फ ध्यान ना दें कि वही एक कैरियर अपॉर्चुनिटी है उनके लिए, क्योंकि वो बहुत ज़्यादा इंगेज करेगा आपको लाइफ में आगे चल के भी। आप ऑनलाइन में भी ध्यान दें, जैसे कि आप कोशिश करें अमेजोन पे भी सेल करने का, फ्लिपकार्ट पे भी सेल करने का। आप कोशिश करें इंस्टाग्राम के थ्रू, पहले आप ऑनलाइन ऑनलाइन से ऑफलाइन मोड पे आइए, ना कि ऑफलाइन से ऑनलाइन मोड पे। पहले आप ऑनलाइन आइए, लोग आपको पहचाने, सोशल मीडिया में आइए, उसमें आपका कम इन्वेस्टमेंट होगा, ऑर्गेनिकली आप मूव करिए, पहचान बनाइए। फिर आपका एक प्रोफाइल बन जाएगा, फिर आप एक ऑन ऑफलाइन भी स्टोर अगर खोलेंगे तो आपको इजी होगा कस्टमर का फुटफॉल लाने में। तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी है मैम कि ऑफलाइन पे ज्यादा ध्यान ना देके ऑनलाइन पे आप वर्क कीजिए, ऐसा मेरा मानना है मैम, जो मैंने मिस किया काफी।
Okay. I think we had a very wonderful session. I would like to thank all the panelists for taking their time to share their experiences and insights with us. I'm sure the audiences had takeaways that they can implement to grow in their careers and to bring a positive impact to the society. Thank you, each one of you, for attending the session, and also to the panelists for taking their time and accepting our invite and joining in the session. Thank you.
Thank you,
थैंक यू मैम,
Spandana.
Thank
Thank
थैंक यू
you,
सो मच।
Paula. And thank
just
you,
just before
OCI,
we
for
end the
this
conversation,
opportunity.
before we end this conversation, I want to thank Priyanka because it's since very long, after being an entrepreneur, you hardly get appreciations. And thank you so much that you appreciated the hard work and effort what we do as a
Yes.
woman. And
Yeah, we
because
should know
after the
our values. Correct.
yes, absolutely. And moreover, after opening organizations, no, since in corporate we have a habit of getting awards and recognitions, right? So in here nobody recognizes us, nobody gives us any awards. So I really miserably miss that.
Yeah.
And Vishalji, you are absolutely, whatever points you said, no, they were so valuable. And
Seriously.
really, today's day, the education pattern needs to change, which is
Yeah,
a
correct.
very true
Even I
thing which you
feel
said.
that there should be
आप लोग ये
some
सारे
lectures
पॉइंट्स
जहाँ पे हमको वो समझाए कि एक्चुअली वो मतलब वीडियो एडिटिंग बहुत कुछ मतलब कैसे करना है, जो
अभी
वी आर
डे टू डे के
लर्निंग नाउ।
साथ साथ बहुत कुछ चीजें चेंजेस हो रही है, करेक्ट करेक्ट।
जी 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 मैम, बिल्कुल आपने सही बताया मैम, कि ये आपने रिइंफोर्स कर दिया मेरे पॉइंट को। थैंक यू सो मच मैम। आप लोग का एक्सपीरियंस
नहीं,
कहीं ना कहीं
एब्सोल्युटली, ये बहुत बहुत सही चीज बताया आपने।
करेक्ट।
जरूर मैम, आपसे बात होगी आगे भी मैम।
एंड आप
थैंक
बहुत
यू सो
अच्छा
मच।
काम कर रहे हैं, और वॉट एवर पॉइंट्स यू सेड, नो, एजुकेटिंग द मासेस इज रियली नीडेड। एंड ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस
हाँ
तो
जी।
आज के तारीख में जो हम लोग पहले जानते थे ना, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, इट्स सेम कॉन्सेप्ट इन ऑनलाइन। योर स्टोर विल
यस
बी
करेक्ट
यस।
करेक्ट।
विजिबल, योर प्रोडक्ट्स विल बी sellable. And
जी
Spandana,
जी मैम।
thank you so much for coordinating all three of us.
Yeah, pleasure is mine. Thanks for
So
taking
thank
the
you
time.
so much.
सो नाइस ऑफ यू
Chalo.
मैडम।
Yeah,
थैंक यू ओसीआई, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।
thank you all.
बोला